Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rent-Free History, the show about moments in pop culture history that live rent-free in our heads. Today, my guest is...
Peyton. Hello.
Peyton is a classmate of mine in one of my last classes that I have for grad school, a class called Adaptation, where we're currently... Our goal is to write a short film based on adapting a public domain work. What public domain work would you be adapting? It was the story of Icarus, right?
Yes, the myth of Icarus. It's getting crazy.
Yeah. We read that in class today, and or not today, but earlier this week.
Yeah, it feels like today.
It feels like today.
The days all blend together.
Honestly. I thought it was very good. I thought it was really good.
Thank you. I enjoyed yours as well.
Thank you.
Yours as well.
Yeah, my story is just an adaptation of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
It is not just an adaptation, friends. It's so good.
Speaking of adaptations, I wanted to talk about... Actually, I have no segue for this, but...
I was going to say, if you do, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I would have been impressed with myself, too. But today's topic is going to be animation. Specifically animated films and how they changed drastically in the development process. And the film that kind of inspired this whole thing was I was looking for topics for today, the episode that we're recording today, and I realized Toy Story is hitting its 30th anniversary this year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
30 years of the first computer-generated film ever made.
Yeah. Trendsetter. History maker.
Yeah. Going back on Toy Story, a little history of how that all came to be was there was this dude, he made this movie, it was called like Star Wars or something.
Oh, crazy.
Made a little money.
Yeah, I wonder where that went.
Yeah. And he basically made this, he spun off this little special effects company that he called Pixar. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, he got divorced. And, that always, happens. Yeah, it happens, yeah. It just happened to me the other week.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And he needed money to pay his wife, or I guess ex-wife in this case. And so he had to sell off Pixar. And the person that offered to buy it was Steve Jobs. He made like a couple computers or something.
Yeah, I think I've heard of him, you know, just a little bit about... something like with fruit. I don't know.
Something with fruit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned that. One of the smartest people in the world just decided to like not go through chemotherapy and tried like a fruits and veggies diet to get rid of his cancer.
I know. It's there's only so much fruit can do, man.
I don't understand that too. Like he was already bald by that point. So like what is there to worry about?
You have literally nothing else to lose.
But then again, he was also a hippie, so I do understand where that comes from.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
I'm sure he thought natural remedies were the way.
Yeah.
To beat cancer.
Yeah, and I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to add to that.
It happens. So basically, he buys Pixar, and this guy that got fired from Disney, John Lasseter, he starts to work for Pixar after being fired from Disney, and he creates this short called Tin Toy that wins an Oscar.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh my gosh, you made this really cool short film. Maybe you could make a longer film. And that's where Toy Story came about. Fun fact, Toy Story was actually written by Joss Whedon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't know, Joss Whedon is the creator of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, yes. Angel, Cabin in the Woods. He also directed the first two Avengers movies.
Oh, I didn't know he did that, too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Quite a library. Kind of a bad person, though, so.
Well, unfortunately, I feel like it's like, oh, man, you do such good work. You kind of suck, though.
Yeah. I feel like it doesn't have to be that way, though.
It doesn't have to be, but somehow they just... I feel like it's just getting more and more consistent, Like, just... further uncovering, like, beneath these beautiful works of art, you just all of a sudden find out, like, these horror stories, these different, like, literal hells that they put their staffs through, their crews through, their talent through, and I'm like, Doesn't
It's
have to be
like
like that.
the way you see someone is like that one Jesus painting, and then the way you actually see them afterwards is like. Do you remember when that lady broke into like the church and she tried to fix the Jesus painting?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's a good analogy.
Yeah, that's a really good analogy. Yeah.
I find it beautiful. I was so happy that she did that. It's so funny.
It's so good.
But speaking of bad people, that kind of ties into Toy Story, because I don't know if you know this, there's an entirely different version of Toy Story out there. You can find the animatics of it on YouTube, and it was called Black Friday.
Wow.
The main difference was Woody was just like rudest person ever. Like he was an ass to everyone.
Now that you mention it, because in the world that we're living in, right, there's so much AI or people just trying to capitalize off these different properties.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen those animatics and just brushed them off as like being fake. I was like, there's no way these are real.
Yeah.
There's no way this is real. Didn't fact check it though. I guess it must have been. It was labeled it and everything, and I was just like, no.
Yeah, the
no
one
way.
who spearheaded that was Jeffrey Katzenberg at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Because at one point they were trying to get John Lasseter, also a bad guy, to come back to Disney after he won the Oscar for Tin Toy, and said no. He's like, I want to stay with these guys. Like they've been loyal to me, and I want to see like our company continue to grow, and I see a future in like computer animation. They instead just like try to work with Pixar to make an animated film instead. And Jeffrey Katzenberg was just obsessed with this idea of like this movie where like everyone's mean to each other, and he kind of sort of got that with Shrek, because he eventually did leave Disney, or was forced out of Disney, and he started DreamWorks, and that's how Shrek came to be.
Yes.
But yeah, Toy Story, completely different film. None of the characters are likable. Like if you I'm sure from the animatics you've watched, you probably thought like, I hate this. Like this is definitely AI. Like nobody watched this movie.
Yeah, literally. I was like, there's no way that this was greenlit. This was like actually put into some sort of stage of production, because I was like, for children being your primary demographic, and this is like your protagonist. Like there's no.
Other fun facts, Billy Crystal was originally offered the role of Buzz Lightyear, but he turned it down because he said he saw no future in those kind of movies. He regretted this decision and later made up for it because he got to voice Mike Wazowski.
Yeah.
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 And, of course, Tim Allen got Buzz Lightyear. And Woody was originally a ventriloquist doll.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that could make sense for why he kind of sucked in the beginning then, I guess. I don't know, like the outward extension of someone. You can just... I just watched a video of it. Like this person was like, it's like a strange addiction, and that's what she would do. Like her negative emotions like came out in like a puppet. It's like a totally for real thing. And I was like, man, I kind of fear ventriloquists now. You never know their next move.
Definitely
literally.
reminds me of an episode of Freaks and Geeks that I saw.
Yeah.
Oh damn, I had something right there. Oh well. Moving away from Toy Story for a bit, because I think basically like they just rewrote the film. Joss Whedon rewrote the film,
Good choice.
Then it came out. Was very successful. I think it won. It might have won Best Animated Feature the next year, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I can't remember. I know I got something, or quite a few things at least.
On Toy Story?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and then also Sid. I don't know if you've heard about Sid. Well, you've seen Toy Story.
Yeah.
You know
like,
about Sid.
I know who he is. I don't know if I've heard about him.
Yeah. So there's this theory with Sid that he got so traumatized by seeing the toys talking and saying like don't mess with us anymore. That there's a theory that he appears in Toy Story 3, and that he rescues toys.
Oh, wow.
He like did like a full 180 heel turn, and like you can see like a garbage man,
Yes.
with like a similar logo to the shirt he has on the back of his.
Yeah.
And you don't see his face though, but there's a theory that like Sid just like rescues toys from the garbage and saves them because he knows they're alive.
That's kind of like, it's kind of horrifying if you like take a second and like really process it, you know, but also like a good outcome because he kind of sucked as a kid. I kind of feel bad saying that about a child.
No,
But-
I think like blowing up toys and like mutilating them and stuff like that. I feel like that's
Yeah.
like early signs of sociopath.
Yes.
So,
Sociopath, some sort of something. Just something ain't wired right.
yeah.
Maybe
so
it
it's
just-
probably best that he was just all that stuff was scared out of him.
Yeah. If anybody should have been exposed to that, it was him.
Yeah. It just made sense. We talked about Shrek a little earlier. I want to
Yes.
maneuver over to that, and then if you have any more Toy Story things, we can come back to that.
Yeah, for sure.
So Shrek, I didn't know this when I was younger. It was based off a book.
Yeah.
I think a man named William Friedkin. I could be wrong about that. I think it's William something. I just know it's William.
That's a pretty solid.
Yeah. It called Shrek. And I remember I asked a really stupid question at one point when I found out about this because somebody told me about this. And they're like, yeah, Shrek's in the book, Donkey's in the book. And I said, is he still voiced by Eddie Murphy in the book? Joke didn't go over well. But
That's okay.
So Spielberg purchased the rights to it in the mid-90s. And he wanted it to be like a 2D animated film at DreamWorks. And they were working on doing that. And Chris Farley was the voice of Shrek,
Yes.
who most people know as if you've seen Tommy Boy or Black Sheep, or if you've seen any SNL sketch that he's in. The Chippendales one is pretty good. And then also Matt Foley, the motivational speaker who lives in a van down by the river.
That one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got about 80 to 90% of his dialogue recorded, and then he wasn't able to finish because sadly he overdosed in 1997. And they actually called his brother, because he sounds similar to him, to finish the movie, but he just said, like, no, this is too emotional a time for me right now. I can't do that. So they were kind of screwed. So instead, they decided to get Mike Myers. They rewrote the entire script. They also changed from 2D to 3D. And from that point on, we've just... That's another film with animatics you might have seen online.
Yeah.
Chris Farley Shrek. That is also not AI.
Yeah, the Chris Farley Shrek, I knew that one was real. And Shrek also has gone through, or it went through a lot of different, like, designs. Like, it originally was supposed to be a completely different aesthetic, completely different look. And also, fun fact, Mike Myers originally was just supposed to finish the dialogue for Chris Farley, just do his best to mimic it. And then he had asked them, like, I want to take this character in a completely different direction. Like, do you trust me? And they were like, you know what? Like, screw it. Let's do it. And that's where the Scottish accent comes in.
Yeah.
And it just completely made this character his own, which is bizarre because the project itself, if you didn't know, DreamWorks, I didn't know it was originally supposed to be 2D, which is interesting because at the same time they were The Prince of Egypt was in production. Gorgeous film, absolutely
Beautiful,
stunning.
yeah.
What DreamWorks started doing though was if it was kind of like an unspoken thing where you would be sent from Prince of Egypt to go work on Shrek as a punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, that's insane. It was seen as like, not that the studio didn't entirely take it seriously, but it was like this throwaway film, this throwaway story with just this insane production. And when you look at it, it just shows like the versatility of what goes into a film and what things can come out of. And like being writers, you know, we know that you can start with an idea, then your finished script is something completely different.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did we get there? And this film is like complete just textbook example of how that can happen. And it's super interesting to fully look into it. If you haven't seen the animatics, you should. Seeing just the arc of this character, and now suddenly there's there's 4 movies. There's going to be a Shrek 5 with brain rot as
Coming out
part
next
of the
year.
story. I'm like, how does it go from this retrospective like comment on these different Disney films and these different stories that had kind of captivated the animation industry for ages, and it's like, wow, we've never seen anything like this before. And now it's like, oh, the magic mirror is actually a TikTok screen. It's a phone screen. Look at it.
I had another note on point on that. You mentioned like the whole like the punishment thing. A similar thing happened with Pocahontas and The Lion King.
Really?
Apparently, you would get sent to work. Nobody wanted to work on The Lion King. They wanted to work on Pocahontas because they thought like this is the big this is going to be our Oscar film. Like they were like this is because I think there's only been one animated film that got nominated for Best Picture and it was Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
And it lost, but I think it lost to Silence and the Lambs. There was no way it was going to beat that.
Nah.
And so everyone would like if you like weren't like doing your job well at Pocahontas, you would get sent down to The Lion King.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy because Pocahontas is not like
it's not. I don't know. It's again. I feel like there's so many films, especially those early Disney films, that like you take a step back and it's like, oh, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like she's like a child and he's like, and it's like Colin.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. I guess I don't know that versus
Moana. I think Moana is like a better version of Pocahontas, honestly.
Yeah, the entire like really just finding yourself, standing up, like just your own identity, being able to, I don't know, just branch out, be more than what. Oh, I had a train of thought and I lost it. I can't find the words. It's like when you're just in that one environment for so long that just becomes your like sense of normalcy. You have this longing and this yearning to just really explore out, but it's also like that fear. Ugh. I'm a sucker for movies like that. I'm like, man, it's like I love people finding themselves, finding their identity.
Coming of age.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, speaking of Lion King, that kind of goes into my next film thing. So the director of The Lion King, whose name escapes me at the moment, was put in charge of another film after, of course, because The Lion King did so well. And that movie was called Kingdom of the Sun. So basically, it was about this woman named Yzma who used the power of the sun to who wanted to use the power of the sun to regain her youth. And if you remember the name Yzma, hopefully, you'll know that this was the original title for The Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
Wholly different film. There's a couple animatics that are still around. David Spade, who plays Cusco, was supposed to have it was supposed to be like a Prince and the Pauper type movie too at one point, where he and a poor villager that eventually became I think Pacha was his name.
Pacha, yeah.
They had like a switcheroo, and like one became the prince and then one became like the pauper basically. And but the guy who became the prince that was originally the pauper gets turned into a llama still. And they go off on their journey.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember who the other guy was because it wasn't going to be David Spade playing both guys.
It's Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. As he says.
I mean, it's crazy. I love those animatics. And if you've seen the original, Yzma was supposed to have a song.
Snuff Out the Lights?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would do anything to get that recorded and on Spotify.
It is on Spotify.
Is it really?
Yeah, that song is a part of they put it in as a part of the album for the Emperor's New Groove soundtrack.
No flippin' way. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's on there.
I was like, wait, that's kind of crazy. Well, I retract that. It is on Spotify. You should go stream it.
Yeah, definitely go stream it.
Pause this, go stream it, come back.
Eartha Kitt is a Disney legend for a reason.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
She was also Catwoman.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. In that 60s Batman TV show.
Yeah. The 60s Batman. Oh. What a time.
Yeah. It was really something, I gotta say.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, I found a sad thing. It only ran for 3 seasons, and it was about to be picked up by NBC after it got canceled by ABC. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Hey, we'll pick up the show." And they're like, "Oh, we already destroyed the sets." Yeah. So it probably could have run a lot longer.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah. I kind of like those old 60s and 70s superhero shows. There was Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. There was Wonder Woman with Linda Carter, where she would turn around really fast and spin into her outfit.
Yeah.
I was never really a big fan of those Gal Gadot Wonder Woman movies, though.
No, I was just thinking about that the other day because it had kind of come up in class, just Gal Gadot just as a public figure.
Yeah.
And I was thinking back on the Wonder Woman movies, and I remembered enjoying them when I was younger. or I saw the first one in the theaters. I don't know if there's more. I can't remember if there's more.
There's a second one. Apparently, it wasn't received very well.
Well, that's probably why. But like I remembered enjoying it, but then I was seeing clips from it, and I was like, I think I need to rewatch it. Like I don't remember like any of the movie, and also I don't. Yeah, I could just go on and on. I was like, I don't think she can act.
Yeah, I saw she got a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I'm like, does Kim Kardashian have one? Because she also can't act. So I'm just what's our standard right now?
No, yeah, I was like, if she gets one, then Khloe Kardashian gets one for that one Netflix movie that they did with Addison Rae. It was that remake of.
Oh, he's all that? Or
Yes.
she's all that?
Yeah. Then she deserves one.
I just love the plot of that movie. It's just like, dude, I'm totally gonna make this girl hot. Oh my god, she took off her glasses and she's a completely different person.
What?
What?
Oh my god. It's like she was there the whole time.
Yeah.
Personality? What's that?
They were some big glasses, dude. They were really ruining things.
Yeah, they just really took up just the entire like surface area of her face, man. Like I just couldn't get past it.
It was like a giant shield.
A giant shield. You know that Clark Kent theory? Yeah, that's real. Like
Another film I want to talk about. You've seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right?
I have, but honestly, I don't think I've seen it in its entirety.
Okay. What do you
know.
remember from the movie?
I remember watching Jessica Rabbit come on screen the first time and going like, damn, that's swagger right there.
Yeah.
Like
So fun fact about that. So basically the whole movie is basically just Chinatown, but like animated.
Yeah.
Where main character, he's kind of racist against cartoons because a cartoon killed his brother.
That's right.
And the whole movie is about him trying to overcome his racism.
Okay.
Surprising plot for a Disney film.
Yeah.
You gotta say.
I was like, wait.
Or his toonism. I don't know the right word, but
Toonism.
since they're technically not races, cartoons, but
Yeah.
and like the whole thing is like, so cartoons, the way animated cartoons are filmed like movies, and like so it's just like the cartoons are alive and they just like act in these films like regular actors would, but they're treated like second class citizens, like an analogy for like basically black people in a way. They even have like this cartoon club where like like real people can come in to the club and they can drink and they can enjoy the performances, but cartoons can only perform, they can't like drink or hang out with like the people. Yeah.
Whoa. In a Disney movie?
In a Disney movie.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's really good. The whole thing is about like Roger Rabbit being framed for a man's murder
Yeah.
that he thought, because basically the night before the guy gets murdered, Roger is led to believe that he was playing patty cake with his wife, an analogy for sex. Mm-hmm. But they're literally playing patty cake because it's a children's film.
Yeah.
So that happens. And everyone thinks, oh, because this happened, Roger also got drunk, Roger Rabbit. And we think that he killed him because he had the most motive. So he's on the run the entire time. But, yeah. And that's the movie. Mm-hmm. And it's actually based off a book. It's that would have been a great adaptation because it's an adaptation.
Oh, my God.
We could have talked about that.
Oh, dang.
It's based off this book that's, like, so completely different called Who Censored Roger Rabbit? So in that world, they don't the cartoons aren't animated films, they're in comic strips. Okay. And they don't talk like they do like we are right now. Like all their words come out in like speech bubbles and you just read them.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why they have to do comic strips. Mm-hmm. And Roger Rabbit is one of the main characters of this movie, and it's not about Eddie Valiant trying to like help Roger like stop from being like framed for this murder and find the true culprit. It's about him trying to help Roger Rabbit solve his own murder.
Oh,
because in this world, the cartoons can make duplicates of themselves, which they usually use for comic strips.
Yeah.
So if there's like a stunt that's dangerous, they can use the duplicate to do that, and then they don't have to worry about getting hurt. So basically, Roger Rabbit is murdered, and but before he was murdered, he was able to make this really good copy, because basically the copies usually only last a couple hours. This one lasts like multiple days, and he's trying that the Roger copy went out to run some errands, and he came back to find the real Roger murdered. So he turns to Eddie for help to see who solved his murder. Turns out it's a far darker story, and Roger's not a good person in the story as opposed to the Disney movie.
Oh.
And it turns out the whole thing was like a genie that shot with a gun that shot Roger when he like came out of like the lamp, basically.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's totally different story. Jessica hates Roger. She's only with him because he used the genie to wish that he was a successful like a cartoon star.
Oh.
And that he was married to Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, yeah. Icky.
So that obviously didn't work for a children's movie.
No.
So they had to change like a lot. Also, fun fact, there were multiple people that they were considering for the Detective Eddie Valiant. Harrison Ford was one of them. He said no because he just didn't feel like it. He probably is just at home chilling, waiting for the next Indiana Jones movie to start filming. Bill Murray, he said it's the role he regrets not doing the most. Because the way you would contact him was he didn't have an agent. He had an answering machine, and then he would only check it sometimes. And like if you messaged him and he checked it around the time and it wasn't too late, then he would get it. But yeah, that's just how he does things. He's not a tech guy.
You know what? That's fair.
He was on the Joe Rogan podcast. It was so funny. He was like, "Yeah, so I don't know who you are. I don't like have like YouTube or anything like that. So I don't." Yeah, it was so funny because Joe Rogan's also a comedian, which people don't know. Some people don't know that. I knew him when I was a kid because he hosted Fear Factor.
Yeah.
But I just love Bill Murray not knowing who Joe Rogan. I just thought that was the funniest thing ever. Just like, and then like halfway through, he's like, "So do you? I know like we have like mics. I see cameras. Are you recording this?" And he's like, "Yeah." He doesn't know what a podcast is.
Oh my god. He's like, so is this like a production? And I'm not gonna find this ever.
Yeah. That guy's funny. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's so interesting too when we watch like seeing these different Disney films. You kind of watch this. I mean, obviously they had like their Renaissance, the adaptations of like these different like the Brothers Grimm stories, like all that stuff. We all know and love them. And then you also see like this trend of like them actually doing some like we were just talking about a classmate who used the term woke in class, and I was like, I don't want to use that term, but it's stuck in my head. Yeah. But it's like these woke, like actual like comments on society and all these different things, and now it's like, Disney, what happened? What happened?
In terms of live action adaptations, there's like a lot you could do in terms of like maybe adapting the Brothers Grimm fairy tales and not just like doing like a carbon copy version of Snow White or Cinderella or anything like that. Because what they do is they'll adapt these films and then they'll add one thing in there to make it so like, or one or two things to make it so they're not like exactly the same. You give people a reason to actually come to the theater, aside from like, oh, Emma Watson's in this movie, or oh, Will Smith's the genie. That didn't really work out. No. And, like, maybe if he had slapped Chris Rock while he was the genie, that would. Yeah,
just really getting just all publicity is good publicity, right?
Yeah, keep Jasmine's name out your mouth. Something like that.
But yeah. The entire adaptations trend, too, is so interesting. Because you mentioned comics earlier. Comics are, like, infamous for adaptations. Because when it comes to, like, cross-referencing these different mediums, like, for Disney, I can see why if it's just, like, a money, like, power-hungry thing. Yeah, they're just shot-for-shot remaking their films. And they'll change up the casting. And it'll be controversial for whatever reason. I don't know. And there's always like this buzz and people want it to be the exact same film. They want it to be the exact same. And I'm like, why? You already seen it in this one medium that's like this absolutely stunning picture of just cinema. And then you go back to comics and Spider-Verse, that entire I know it's going to be like a trilogy or going on to be like a sort of series thing.
Yeah.
Waiting for that third movie. It keeps getting pushed back. I'm really, really upset about it. Talk about production hell, too.
Yeah.
But they do it very well where they replicate this comic-esque style. And I always find it so interesting when we talk about adaptations because I feel like it's just not referenced enough how difficult it is to like adapt these different mediums into film. I feel like it got so normalized doing different books and stuff like that, but there's so many different ways you can go with adaptations. So seeing Disney only go in and just pigeonhole on just remaking their own work that they've already done just because they have the property or the most like popular iteration of that story, like that's how people know Cinderella, is crazy. Especially when like you've seen other people adapt these stories before. Like there's a bunch of Cinderella movies, like the Brandy one. There's that Selena Gomez one.
Another Cinderella story.
Yeah.
A Cinderella story.
I'm like, there's so many different ways you can go about this. You can change certain things. You can make like these beautiful. I love social commentary. I love when you just nitty gritty just work in a way to just critique society and like film and television, all that stuff. And they just aren't. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, literally just power-hungry corporation can't.
One of my favorite Cinderella adaptations actually came out last year. At least I consider it a Cinderella adaptation. It's Anora.
I haven't seen Anora yet.
It's so good. It's on Hulu now.
Yeah, I saw. I'm definitely going to watch it over our break because I mean, obviously Mikey Madison won
Best
Actress, and it's been buzzing. I just didn't have time, and I was like, I really want to see it, but I had no idea if it, like, I know little to nothing about the story. I wanted it to be that way. I really want to go in and like find out everything, but I didn't know it could be like seen as a Cinderella adaptation. Is it at least like, I don't know, like story wise, or is it just?
It's kind of like about this guy that this girl who thinks she's found her Prince Charming.
I see. Okay. Sorry, I segued us to not get off animated, to go off animated films.
No. I was actually going to make a comment on the Across the Spider-Verse. I might get delayed further if they have to recast Spider-Man.
Oh my God, yeah, I keep, this
Shameik
man.
Moore.
I'm like, come on, man, you have such a good thing going.
Yeah.
Don't be a man. Don't be a man.
I just thought it was like I did think I was rooting for him in the beginning because like I was like, all Spider-Men date their love interest in the movie, and I was like, okay, yeah, this will work out. And then I heard she was like dating Josh Allen on I can't remember what team, but then I heard I saw him like doing like the flirting thing like during one of the interviews, and I was like, she's not feeling it. All right.
No.
Oh well. And then I remember when they announced that she was getting married, or she announced she was getting married, and oh god, that cringe post about like. And then he deleted his entire Instagram.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I think that's the way to go after you pull a move like that.
I feel like sometimes deleting your entire Instagram is a bit too, like, because I don't know if you remember this. Travis Scott, he dressed up as Batman. Like, I think we were probably in high school when it happened, but he had like this brown Batman costume. I'm just gonna show it to you.
Yeah,
for anyone who's interested, just look up Travis Scott Batman, and Travis Scott Batman. He posted this on his Instagram. I actually thought the costume looked pretty cool. But, like, he apparently got, like, yeah, I thought it looked cool. And he just got, like, apparently people clowned on him so much he deleted his entire Instagram.
Okay, well, that's a little much.
Yeah.
Just delete the post.
Yeah. You didn't even have to delete the post. But, yeah, going back to animation, we were talking about Disney, and we were talking about Disney movies that kind of, like, went through a whole, like, change through adaptation. One that you mentioned before we started recording was Frozen.
Yes.
An adaptation of a Hans Christian Andersen story called The Snow Princess. What I love about that movie, for one, before I hand it over to you to talk, is that there's another movie called Frozen that came out a couple years before. It's like a horror movie, basically, or it's more of a thriller, where these like three like 20-year-olds, they get stuck on a on one of those, like, at a ski resort, where they have those like chairs that bring you down to like the mountain.
Yeah, yeah.
They get stuck on like the chairs, and they're high up in the air, and they're like, "What are we gonna do?" So it's like a guy, his friend, and then that guy's friend's girlfriend. So the guy decides like, I'm just gonna jump out, and like try to like break my fall. He lands on he doesn't even try to like land on his side or anything. He just fully just goes out and like drops, lands on his legs. They break the other way.
Oh my god!
And then wolves start coming because they smell the blood, I guess, and they just immediately start eating him. And then the other guy is able to like partly injure himself, but gets down and starts like using like a little sled or a ski to like go down the mountain, but the wolves chase after him and they also eat him.
Oh my god!
And then the girl, I don't even remember what she did, but she got down somehow and she was able to like escape.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I just remember because I was looking for Frozen to like watch it online. Not that I do that regularly, of course, but when I was younger, and that was the first result that came up. But I don't think that result will come up anymore.
No, not at all.
Do you want to talk a little about Frozen and how it changed over the years?
For sure, especially because you mentioned the Snow Queen. As Frozen was either in production or it ended up coming out pretty like close when Frozen did. There was another adaptation of the Snow Queen, and it was pretty true to the original story. Like, it was a pretty true adaptation where the Snow Queen was the villain, the antagonist of the story. In Frozen's original drafts, they had Elsa as this villain. The entire story was actually supposed to be a Chosen One, like, prophecy film. And it was like a leader or a ruler with a frozen, like, stone cold heart is going to destroy Arendelle. Like, that was the premise, essentially. So the entire kingdom thought it was going to be Elsa, because this went through like a bunch of iterations. Some of it was like as soon as Elsa was born, it was like it was her. The one that they had completed like script wise and everything before they just completely scrapped it was Elsa was stood up at the altar, and in order for her to not fall in love again, she froze her own heart. So that's where that kind of came in. And it was like a perfect foil for Anna, who was like this bubbly, optimistic, just ray of sunshine type of character. And essentially the film ended up like, the ending is the biggest thing that people focus on, because Elsa's this antagonist and they paint her as such. She's just emotionless. Just fully just go more in the route of just, she's a villain just to be a villain. Which sometimes can be good. Sometimes it's refreshing. You just see a guy and it's like, man, I hate you too. But in this case, it was just so lackluster. But there ends up being, Hans is still in this movie. Plot twist, he was the person the prophecy was speaking of. He was the stone, like, just emotionless, frozen heart leader who ended up just trying to destroy Arendelle because he sets off this avalanche. And, like, with no regard for anybody's safety, just, it's going to destroy the entire kingdom, gonna kill everybody. And Anna has to convince Elsa to stop it. And she ends up doing so. And Elsa stops it. But there's no thematics of, like, thawing it, the different types of love that can be, all this stuff. Because I guess, like, the film did kind of stay, like, sort of with that prophecy-esque with those little troll guys. And they're like, only love can thaw a frozen heart and save it. So it's like, that's vague enough where you can go in these different avenues and you have a refreshing take where it's not just a love story, it's about sisterly love. The original didn't have that at all.
I honestly felt like those little trolls were actually the villains of the movie. Like, I never understood, like taking away the memories of magic. Like, why would you not, like, have her, like, remember that her sister is, like, magical? Yeah,
it's kind of like, it's like when you think the best thing you can do in a situation is just completely forget about it, completely block it out.
Yeah.
Or, like, even if you're, like, seeing things on the news or just hearing these things that other people are going through, you just completely block it out. And it's like, nah, man, like, you can't just forget. It's just going to do more harm later on. Yeah. And also, like, they completely egg it on. They do the memory thing, and then they have the fixer-upper thing. And it's like, you guys are getting married. And it's like, who said? Who said?
I also thought it'd make more sense for Hans to end up with Anna. And then what was the girl that Anna ended up with? Kristoff? Is that it?
Oh, yeah. She ended up with Kristoff.
He should have ended up with Elsa.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, he's all about ice. And then you could have made the bad guy that, like, old man with the mustache.
Weaselton.
That already seems to, like, be against Elsa and Anna, like, to begin with.
Yeah. I feel like that could have been, like, that could have taken the story in an entirely different direction as well, because it could have been, like, sort of that, like, the generational separation of, like, tradition versus, like, these newer people coming in and taking the throne, but also carrying so much weight with them as they take up this role. And I mean, like, for such a big film too, like, I know that they had that entire documentary on how the sequel was made as well, because I know that was, like, a nightmare production as well, which is also just a little fun fact, little tidbit. If you didn't know, go watch it. It's interesting.
Is it, like, it's not a Disney one, right?
No, it's
because I assume, like, Disney doesn't let you see when things aren't going well.
I think it is on Disney Plus. I want to say that it is, because it didn't go well, but it did make them a lot of money. That one also went through a ton of different changes. To me, though, the most fascinating one is just that first one, because I mean, not that Frozen put Disney on the map or anything like that, but, like, it's crazy. Like, the character that you see all these kids dressing up as Halloween, like, for Halloween and stuff, like, that character is the reason why they completely rewrote this entire thing and completely not stripped away from the original, like, adaptation, but really took the story and made it something more original, because at the end of the day, like, Elsa was so unlikable that the writers were even like, we can't even, like, reminisce with her. There's not even, like, a soft spot, anything. Like, kill your darlings, that would have been so easy. Cross that out. Write her out. Get her out of the story.
I had a point, but I can't remember where I was going. I think it was Frozen related, but
sorry, I just kind of yap. You can just cut me off.
No. Let's see. I know it was Frozen related. Okay. No, I have no idea what it was.
Oh no.
Oh well.
I
guess we'll never know.
Guess we'll never know. No, you'll probably find out at 3 a.m. tonight.
Yeah. I'll be like, damn.
Like, it's here.
Another film I wanted to talk about, I'll go back to Frozen if I think about it, but The Incredibles.
Yeah, you mentioned that before starting, and I didn't follow up, but I have no idea where this is going.
So Brad Bird, who created The Incredibles, he created Ratatouille, The Iron Giant. So Iron Giant was made by Warner Brothers, unlike the rest of his films, which were made by Pixar and Disney. So The Iron Giant's 2D animated. There are animatics you can find online of The Incredibles being a 2D animated movie that was going to be made by Warner Brothers.
Oh, crazy.
But their animation department went under. And he started working for Pixar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. Was it the same, like, premise and story? They just bought it?
They changed it a bit.
Okay,
but
that figures.
there was also originally the theme for The Incredibles, the one that goes like dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. That was going to be a James Bond theme.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, but they couldn't use it because the guy who made the James Bond theme said, like, don't mess with me.
This is my craft. This is my turf.
Yeah. So they weren't allowed to use it. And then, And also Incredibles 2. God, that took forever to come out.
It really did. Yeah. I mean, great way to look at the different, like, the evolution of animation. When you look at, like, those stills of the original characters versus then, but... Yeah.
Speaking of evolution of animation, did you know that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is not the first fully animated film?
No.
Yeah. It's this movie called Prince Ahmed. It came out, I think, the same year or a couple years before that. It's like not in America. I think Snow White's the first like American one, but yeah, there's been films before that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know that there was obviously like different shorts and stuff, but not full length features.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, so speaking of, we have a little time left. I want to talk about Warner Brothers. Going back to that topic, I don't know if you heard, but they're just trying to get rid of Looney Tunes altogether.
Yeah, I have.
It doesn't make any sense because they're the most popular characters that they have,
Yeah.
and they just treat them like crap.
I know when you talk about these different icons and really making a mascot, just giving a face to your company, the fact that it's like wanting to abolish Looney Tunes, I'm like, no. Out of all the properties you could get rid of, that is the worst one. And talk about like, they've done so much with them too, like the cartoons, the different remakes and
The
all of
movies,
that.
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
My
Like-
favorite one, Looney Tunes Back in Action.
I love Looney Tunes Back in Action. When we were talking about Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I was like, oh my gosh, I would have loved to talk about Looney Tunes Back in Action.
I still love that movie, but apparently, like, it was going to be a lot better than it actually ended up being. It was made by the same guy who made Gremlins 2.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a film Gremlins 2 is. I don't know if you've seen that before.
I haven't.
So Gremlins is like basically this like little horror movie. You might have seen it or heard of it before.
Yeah, I know the rough premise. It was one of those things where my mom always wanted to get me to watch it because, like, we're, like, staple 80s household, like, growing up. Like, cartoons, stuff like that. The music was... 80s music was my nap time music.
Okay.
But I was too scared of them. So I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, Gremlins
was
2
too
is not a
scared.
horror movie. It's I don't even know how to describe it. Like, if like, I think whoever wrote the script for that movie used up like the last of the Coke from the 80s, to be honest.
no.
Like, when it was pure, you know.
Back then when it was the good stuff.
Yeah. Not this watered down stuff. No. Don't do Coke, kids. No, but it's insane, and I feel the same way about Looney Tunes Back in Action, like the plot wise and just like all the stuff that it does. Steve Martin being the villain, Brendan Fraser being in it.
Yeah.
I love him. He's a great actor. I don't know if you've seen the Mummy movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's great.
So
And I know he won the Oscar for that one movie, The Whale.
yeah.
Can't watch that movie.
You can't?
No, like I get like I don't know. I just get a little. I don't know how to describe it. Just like I didn't like watching My 600-Pound Life. I just like I don't like watching people like people
that.
be on camera like that because
Yeah,
it's like they're being taken advantage of.
Yeah, that sort
It's
of
like-
exploitation.
Yeah. And but I'm happy he's like back now, so that's good.
Yeah. I was like, talk about a resurgence.
Yeah. Do we have any more animated films to cover? I'm trying to think.
Um,
I know. Okay, so Kingdom of the Sun, right?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about You were talking about the documentary for Frozen 2.
Yeah.
Or not Frozen or Frozen 2, whichever one.
Mm-hmm.
But so for Kingdom of the Sun, which became Emperor's New Groove, Sting was like the music person, like the famous musician that they used for that movie.
Yeah.
And his wife was allowed to document the entire process of them making the movie, like while he was working on it. Because he's just like, you know, these musician types, I don't know how long they're going to be able to like work on this animated film. So maybe if we get this, we have his wife like kind of like agree to like have her document everything, like he'll be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
And she did. She like documents. You can find this on YouTube. It's like Disney does not want you to watch this because
No.
it just like shows how a film falls apart and becomes something else. Because the director of Kingdom of the Sun left after 4 years because they started it in '94. Emperor's New Groove didn't come out till 2000, but by
Yeah.
'98 they had just been 4 years of like getting nowhere really. And like they were trying to cut scenes and all this other stuff, and it just wasn't working. So the guy, I think it was Roger something, and he just left. He just left the movie. 2 years later, Emperor's New Groove comes out. So 4 years of just like nothing happening, and then 2 years of development, and then bam,
Ugh.
1/3 of the movie had already been animated.
Yeah. And it's like a nightmare, absolute nightmare of a situation. Like realizing nothing's working that far into it, and it's like, where do you go from here?
For those interested, it's called the Sweatbox.
Oh.
It's a reference to how after I think it was Eisner that moved to Disney animation lot to Burbank, I think.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
not, I mean, that sounds right.
Yeah, and it was apparently very hot there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That tracks.
Hence the Sweatbox. But
Yeah.
yeah. All right. That was a good awkward pause.
The millennial pause.
A millennial pause. I kind of like that. It's kind of like that moment, like when like you're at like dinner with someone and you're having conversation, and then everything is going well, and then there's just a silence, and then everyone's like, "Can I check my phone now?" Or
I know, it's like, what? At what point, like, it's like, so what's your favorite color? That's always my go-to, at least. I realized I did the millennial pause, or like I've been doing it. Horrific discovery. I felt so aged, and I'm not that aged. I was like, there's no way.
You're what, 22?
21.
21?
Yeah. I was like, there's no way. Instagram story and everything. It's going to be a reel. Like, oh, aging me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can't think of any more animated films, can you? That went through...
Well, if we talk about change, it's just a little bit different, but there is the Moana 2 situation.
Oh, Moana 2. Yeah. I would love to
Yeah.
know more about what happened with that, because...
Absolutely.
like, what I know is it was originally going to be a straight-to-Disney Plus sequel, kind of similar to all those, like, old Disney sequels that they used to make, like Tarzan 2, Cinderella 2, 3, Snow White 2, 3. Or not Snow White, what was it? Little Mermaid 2, 3. So...
Yeah. So what ended up happening was they are currently in production of the live action Moana with The Rock and whoever is the new Moana. I'm not for sure. I know the original voice actress is passed on the torch, or so she said, because then they're getting all this traction, everything's picking up, and they were going to do a TV series with it. They had a couple of them greenlit. They just canceled the Princess and the Frog one. I'm so upset. It was going to focus on Tiana. Oh, I'm so mad. It was going to be so good, so promising. But it was going to be a TV series. They had finished animating it. They had the music done for it. And they had the lines almost finished recorded of different voice actors that weren't The Rock or Awihi Carvalho. And Disney was like, no, we need to capitalize on this Moana craze. And they completely forced it back into production, completely redid all the animation, brought them all back. They couldn't get Lin-Manuel back because he ended up doing the music for Mufasa. So the people who did the Bridgerton musical actually ended up doing the music for it.
There was a Bridgerton musical?
Yes, and it won, oh my gosh, what did it win? It won an award, and honestly, like, it's great. It's pretty good. I'm a musicals person, though, so I'm biased.
I used to be. I was in theater in high school.
Yeah, it's like the theater kid pipeline, you know. Sometimes you can't go back. I can, though. And this movie, oh my God. It was so rushed. It came out, it was not in theaters that very long before it went to streaming. And it's madness. It's madness. You can tell from the pacing, the story, it just feels so rushed, but also like you don't know what's happening. Too many characters, too many storylines, nothing makes sense, and it sounds like just a repeat of what the original was. Disney quite literally just wanted to capitalize off this hype and create a film to get more generated on it. The biggest thing is the music, obviously. Lin-Manuel Miranda's a genius. He's great.
I don't love Hamilton anymore, but that's mainly because of theater kids.
Yeah. Well, okay. Like, being, like, middle school social studies, sitting down, and people are like, actually, that's not how it happened. And then they start playing, like, The Room Where It Happens. I'm like, okay, guys, we need to take a pause.
I think I might, like, actually, like pass out from, like, laughing so hard if a kid actually, like, took out Hamilton and, like, played that song, like, in the middle of class.
Oh my God. Oh, insane. And people, like, believed it, too. And I was like, I don't have the heart to tell you this. Like,
I'm sorry. Hamilton did not have this immense guilt over owning slaves. He probably just owned them,
Yeah, like, everybody else did then. Yeah. Like, there's no redemption for some of these people. Yeah. Like, some of them are awful. But yeah, they tried replicating his style because, you know, he has a very specific voice and style and what he does. And, like, the music for Encanto also really showcased his talent. Just couldn't do it. Everything just kind of fell flat. They have a couple songs that are good because I mean, they are talented musicians, songwriters, but also, like, Ovihi Carvalho's so an amazing vocalist. Moana song in it is great, and the villain song's actually pretty good too, because it seems like it doesn't fit, so it just is like kind of groovy. But yeah, absolutely nightmare production. That poor crew just having to completely redo what they did, so it became a cinematic standard that Disney has set, because obviously it was going to be a little bit not as clean and all that. It was still going to be 3D animated, but horrible. It happened so fast. They hardly didn't get, like, I felt like there was no marketing for it. It just all of a sudden happened. And because of that too, I feel like that's why they're starting to cancel all these shows that they had going into pre-production, because they were like, well, this is an example, like, we tried to take this story and do something with it, and look what happened. It's like, nah, man, you just tried to fit a TV show into an hour and 30-minute movie.
And they've done that before. I don't know if you remember Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
Yeah.
They made a sequel called Atlantis: Milo's Return. It was like direct-to-video, and it's not a movie. It's they were going to make a TV show called Team Atlantis. They canceled it after they had made 3 episodes, so they just, like, cut the 3 episodes together, and they called that a movie.
They did that with the Beauty and the Beast sequel as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, who is thinking this is a good idea? You are ruining these properties, man.
Mulan too.
Oh,
you like that? I'm sorry.
I like Mulan too.
Oh.
I liked it as a kid. I know it's really bad. It's like one of those guilty pleasure movies, you know? I don't know. I was like, oh, there's something kind of charming about how horrible this is.
Everyone has their Mulan too.
Everybody has their Mulan too. And I can guarantee you, some of y'all listening, y'all got some crazy guilty pleasure movies. I can sense it. Go watch Mulan too. No, I'm just kidding.
Go watch Shark Boy and Lava Girl, you know?
Go watch Shark Tale.
Ooh. Now, people say The Godfather is one of the greatest movies of all time, but I don't know. Shark Tale? I mean, Scorsese himself is in the movie.
He's literally Pufferfish Scorsese.
Yeah. Okay.
Puff Daddy.
Now, that's cinema right there.
That is peak cinema.
Okay? Not that Marvel stuff.
I know. We as writers will never achieve anything close to the cinematic masterpiece of Shark Tales.
My favorite part is when he's trying to, like, dap up another fish. Will Smith is a fish, and he's like, oh, come on, you got it. Oh, it's okay. A lot of white fish can't do it. What does that mean?
Did you see the background, too, throughout the film? Because you can track, like, how long the film is taking place over. It says Tuna History Month in the background the entire time of the film. So now it's like, so the film's not only taking place in a month, but it's Tuna History Month.
Tuna History Month.
Tuna History Month.
That's beautiful.
It's... Oh my god, I'm gonna watch that when I get back home.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd like to thank you for agreeing to do this, Peyton.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Shout out to your podcast. Also, you mind saying the name of it, getting a little info on what your podcast is about?
Yes, I do have a podcast. It is called Team Huddle. You can look it up on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you can stream, just team.huddle. We take different pop culture moments and historical events and use them as catalysts to have conversations and really just critique society, and it gets crazy. Anywhere from the golden age of piracy to Twilight. We cover it all.
Ooh, that'd be golden age of piracy. A good topic for that would be like LimeWire and Napster.
Oh, yeah, huh? Yeah. Ooh.
I don't know if you heard, but a little detour. I know as I'm closing, I'm just trying to add another topic. But with, I think it was either Napster or LimeWire, they were sued by RCA, the music company, for like $10 billion. And the judge was like, yeah, so no one has that amount of money on Earth or something like that. I think, it was like either 10 billion, 10 trillion. And they were like, no one person has like, our company has that amount of money on Earth.
Yeah.
So they were like, no. So that didn't happen. There was a big lawsuit, though. I think Napster just got acquired by someone, though, recently. But I don't think anyone uses it anymore.
No, I don't think so.
I was more of a Pirate Bay kid growing up.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I downloaded all my music legally to anyone that listens to this. But be sure to listen to this and future episodes. Also listen to Peyton's podcast. Thank you again for doing this, and have a good day. Thank you. Bye.